I want to talk to you quickly about this, which you might have seen, the Good Science Guide in Tally. Do you know how to interpret it? The characteristics of all these tables. They always have a problem at the top, and this one it's deep vein thrombosis. Yeah? And this one I've got here is ascites. And on the left hand side there's always signs that you can try and pick up. So it's either there is a sign or there isn't. This sign is there or isn't. And then there's a positive likelihood ratio and a negative likelihood ratio. Yes? So positive likelihood ratio means if the sign is present, positive, what is the likelihood of the patient having your problem if you suspected the problem? So let's go to our page 75. In a patient that I'm concerned about deep vein thrombosis, maybe it's somebody who comes to you with a swelling in their leg, or they say the leg is hurting and I've just come off a flight from London 3 days ago. The emphasis is I'm suspecting that this patient might have a DVT. Okay? Do you get that? That's important. Now, if the patient has asymmetrical calf swelling of more than 2 centimeters difference between calf right and calf left, in a patient that I suspect might have a DVT, it's 2.1 the positive. So if the sign is there, it helps me, it doubles my suspicion. 2.1 times. So 210% more likely to be a DVT if I suspected a DVT. Let's go to the next one, thigh swelling. If the patient has a thigh that's swollen, the chances of there being and I think this could be a DVT, given the fact that she's on cancer treatment, or she's had a long haul flight, or been in bed for 3 days with flu or whatever, and now come to the swollen thigh, unilateral, it's 2.5 times more likely to be a DVT. So in a patient I suspected, if they have thigh swelling, it's 2.5. If they don't have thigh swelling, it's 0.6, my suspicion. So I sort of half it. The other one is also, I just can half it. Now, superficial venous dilatation. So if the patient has a DVT in the thigh, in the femoral vein, if there's dilated veins on this side compared to the other side, it's 1.9 times. So that tells you there could be other stuff also going on. It's not as good a sign as thigh swelling. But it's non-significant if it's absent. So that means nothing. If it's not there, it means nothing. It will do nothing to my suspicion. Let's take another example quickly in gastro. Well, I've got an example on the board. In a patient where I suspect myositis, if there's a shifting dullness, 2.3 times more likely that it is ascites. Fluid thrill, 5 times, 500%. It's a great sign for ascites, but you need a lot of fluid. You need to know that. It's not an early sign, it's a late sign of huge fluid. But you can really halve your suspicions if these are absent and you think there is ascites. So always, the problem, the one at the top, the heading means, if I suspect this, and this sign is there or not there, what do I do with my suspicion? Yes?
If you have multiple signs confirmed, do you add them?
It's the mates, of course, yes. So in that patient with the DVT, if they have a thigh swelling and a calf swelling, it's nearly 5 times, it's highly likely that this is a, yeah. Yes?
And if they have a positive sign and the next one's a negative sign, then you subtract.
So there's evidence against or supporting and not supporting. And it's about using all your evidence. That's how you know, is this a good sign for mitral stenosis? Good Science Guide. So the ones who are really helping you if it's there, or it's really ruling it out if it isn't there, is the ones you should obviously, that's the ones that are important. The non-significant ones, if you do it or not, it doesn't make a difference, so leave it. Do you see what I mean? That's how that's how we decide what's important. So Tally will always discuss the important ones.